Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at Google Slides and just a quick tutorial just to show you some of the really good things it can do and some of the differences between Google Slides and PowerPoint. So some of you might have used PowerPoint before. It's very much the same. Okay, there are a few added extras which are really good to use in Google Slides in comparison. But just to introduce it, if you haven't used PowerPoint or Google Slides before, it is a presentation tool. All right, so I use it every single day. So every single session on EAP is either through a PowerPoint or a Google Slides format. So the lesson that you're doing right now is through Google Slides. And your multi-international organizations use it for producing content to example a product, a business plan, whatever. There's loads of different uses, but it's essentially a presenting tool. Okay, so I was going to talk you through it and just show you how to get on it. Okay, so first of all, we go to the 9 dots or the waffle sign, and then go down to the yellow symbol. So we've used Google Docs and Google Sheets in the past. Today we're going to be using the slides, which is the yellow document. There's a few templates that you can use if what you're working on and what you're doing is more relevant to, you can have a template which, I don't know, might be a lesson plan or a field trip, then go for it. You use one of those. But we're just going to start with a blank template just to example it. So first thing we need to do is title our presentation. So I am just going to title, once it catches up with itself a bit, there we go. Intro to Google Slides. Okay, that will, as soon as you've opened it, in fact, but once you've titled it, it will automatically save this to your student drive. All right, so you don't need to go into File and Save and Select. It will automatically be in your Google Drive. So when you bring up your Google Drive the next time, this is one of the first things you'll see. All right, so it should have saved automatically. Okay. So what we're going to do to start with, so this is the first screen you see. Oh, actually, let's have a look at the themes first. So on the right-hand side here, there are a number of different themes you can use. And, there aren't probably as many themes as there are in PowerPoint, but they're all really effective. I use a number of them throughout EAP. I haven't used this one before. It's quite edgy and cool. So let's go with that. And I'm going to put the title of my presentation in the first slide. Okay, so one of the first things after that, what we're going to do is just add a photo in. So there's a couple of different ways you can do that. One of the probably easiest ones is to just go up to Insert and then Image, and then you can, if you've got an image that you want to upload that you've used in the past before, that might be on your drive, then you can use those, or in your photos, or you can, if you want to take a photo of yourself, you can use the camera. Okay, so I'm just going to search the web. Try again. Search the web. Oh, it's up here. So searching for images. So it should pop up with a bar on the right hand side there, and then I know this is Google Slides. So any image related to that, basically, and the first one that comes up is an image of the document that we clicked into. So that's quite a nice little impactful start to our presentation. All right, fairly clear cut, intro to Google Slides, and then the logo. All right, and then a really good way of starting, as you might have noticed with a lot of EAP, a good impactful way to start any presentation is to sort of introduce it, maybe with a video. So again, there's a couple of ways. I'm going to show you both ways how to do this, but to introduce or insert a video into your slide, we press on the video sign. actually cancel that. I'm gonna just show you how to add slides in before. So we've only got the introduction slide up at the moment. So we are just going to go to add. All right. So the add button up here will give you more slides to add content into. All right. You can either do it that way, or you can press Control M, which will do exactly the same thing. All right. Just a shortcut for you. So yeah, now we're going to go on to the second slide. And again, now we're going to introduce a video into it. So we're going to insert and then go to video. And because YouTube is a Google application, that's what it will use. So I think that's what most of us use now anyway for videos. But yeah, so just searching whatever it is that what you want to introduce, and it will come up with YouTube results. So I'm going to put intro to Google Slides and see what comes up. There you go. So there's different. So there's an 18-minute long video there. I mean, you could watch that one instead of this one if you really wanted to, but I thought it'd be quite nice to do it myself. So there's a good size 2-minute long video. So we just double click on the video that we want to introduce, and that will come up with it on that slide for you. All right, and then resize it. I would go with full page for any video. All the way to the edges of the boxes. It will stretch it out, but when you actually click into video, it will resize it so it's in a good
Every Google Slides presentation is composed of a series of slides. To begin...
Okay, so that's quite a nice video to start with. 2-minute introduction to it. Now what we're going to do is just a different way. There's a slightly different way to add images and potentially web results as well. So on the bottom right, we talked about this before, but just in case we've forgotten, there's this Explore button. Okay, so looks like a little star, and it will be on the bottom right of any Google document that you use. So Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets. You'll always have this Explore button. If you click on that one, and on the far right hand side, you will have. So if we just search in intro to Google Slides again. Oh, try again. I wasn't clicked in then. So intro to Google Slides. Press enter, and it will come up with. First of all, there's web results and images, and the ability to pull stuff off of the drive of your student drive as well. So, for instance, there might be a really good website that introduces how to use Google Slides, for instance. So this looks like a good one. So click into that one, maybe have a read, make sure it's relevant and useful. And just from a first glance, that looks fairly, pretty much what we're talking about. So we go back into the presentation, and we can literally just drag and drop that into the presentation. Okay, and then resize it. So that will just give you the link to that website. So if you were in a presentation and you quickly wanted to go to a really nice bit, a really good website, you can just click on that one, and it will take you, the hyperlink to that website. Okay, so that's one way of using the Explore button. The other way is with the images. So again, so you just have to click on, it will still search for the intro to Google Slides and the images that relate to it. Again, we've got the icon there. I'm not sure if there's anything else that's kind of relevant. That's like a PowerPoint. So if you want to insert an image straight from the Explore button, you just go to the plus sign, and that should add that image in for you. Okay, so that is images, videos, and text, and how to add slides in. There's a couple more really cool features, again, which are slightly different to PowerPoint, or at least easier to use than PowerPoint. They might be accessible, but you have to go in quite a roundabout way to do the next couple of things on PowerPoint in relation to Google Slides. Something that you might have seen I've been doing recently is I have been using GIFs in my presentations. So what you need to do is go to a GIF website. Giphy is a really good one. And then just search for a GIF that is relevant to what you're doing. So I'm just going to put presentations. Search for that. And it should eventually come up with some, cool GIFs about presentations and some funny stuff. Make sure it's relevant, make sure it's not rude. But let's just see which one. So you can use GIFs or you can use the stickers as well. So they are sort of images that move, stickers. Again, let it just catch up with itself. Okay, I'm going to go back to GIFs because it's taking its time. So here we go. This is from The Office, the American version. So I'm going to click into that GIF, and then I'll move my picture along, and then we can copy the link for that GIF. And that's GF link, and we copy that. So Control-C, and then we go back to our slide. And then to insert that into our our Google Slides presentation, we go to Insert, Image, and then by URL. So the hyperlink, basically, that we were talking about. And then we Control-V to paste, okay? And that should bring up the GIF. And that will animate that as into your Google Slides presentation. All right, so when you click onto it, it will be there. It's a funny way of doing things, and some GIFs can be quite impactful because it shows emotion rather than just text. Okay, and there's one other thing that I just wanted to show you quickly, and that was the question option on the present side of Google Slides. So if you are, let's say, presenting to a big group of people, I'm not suggesting you do this now, but this might be quite useful for later, or maybe you're with a group that's not that keen on, asking questions verbally. And what we can do is if you go to the present bit here, and then go to presenter view, click in that, and then there's this function called Audience Tools. Just click on that one, and then Start New. And what will happen is, so this slide, so this part here. So if I just click on that one, oh, no, not quite. So as you can see here, the slide that I was just on, if you wanted to ask your audience a question, everyone's got technology at the palm of their fingers now, haven't they? Or they've got it. Most people have got mobile phones, hopefully charged. But if you wanted to ask questions, but you just wanted text responses back so you can start answering those, you can ask your group to go to slides.app.goo. You can add this in in a hyperlink if you're doing it online. And ask people to ask questions of your slides. And what does that mean, Marcus? I wasn't sure of the last slide. Could you go back? That sort of thing. If your audience isn't confident enough to speak up and say, could you just go back, please? That sort of thing. Okay. So those were a few key features of Google Slides: how to get in, how to use it, and that was it. All right. So give it a go. I hope you're getting all right. Any questions? You can, again, ask me or your lecturer. Okay, cheers, guys. Bye.